We've had bear markets before where there were even less percentage in profit. So after the percentage in profit, there comes another bull market.
Plan B is a crypto trader known for creating shockingly accurate Bitcoin charts that made him millions. In today's highlight, Plan B discusses 3 different Bitcoin charts that all reveal Bitcoin's bottom is coming very soon. Once you understand these simple charts, you'll finally know the perfect time to buy Bitcoin.
The short-term holder, the 5-month realized, is not yet below the realized, so we have to wait for that. And of course, that group got it right, and that's what we're seeing right now. So it's not even a model. This is just historic data. It gives you some situational awareness, but it does not guarantee anything, and it does not mean that the history will repeat itself. But what it really does tell you, in my opinion, is what we have been talking about, that this very specific dynamic within Bitcoin. People that bought very high at a high price, so let's say above 60,000, they really moved the realized cost price up. And when they sell to buyers at a lower price, so they sell at a loss, that of course lowers the cost price as well. So the fact that the short-term holder price is below the realized price, it also means that those buyers at high levels are indeed gone. And that pressure is also gone. So there's no people with large losses. Most people are now sitting around the level that they bought, a little under maybe right now because we're really low at 16,000, but not that bad. So everybody is sort of betting on this scenario of, well, this is the bottom, or at least in the next couple of months, and not sitting at a loss or having margin calls or liquidation pressure or all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people, they want to time the bottom to the day, but the truth is most of us will not buy the bottom, right? Just like most people won't sell the top. And it's probably why you're not focused on that, right? You're more focused on long-term averages.
Very good point. Yeah, I know, and I have accepted the fact that I will not time the top and the bottom well. And this, I guess that's one of the first lessons in finance. Just forget about predicting the top and the bottom right, because you will not make it, and you don't have to, because you can be a little later. You can still make a lot of money if you just wait for the confirmation that the top is over and or the bottom is in. And you miss some upside and some return, but at least you miss all the risk as well.
Yeah. Well, it's like back in 2019, people were worried, all right, they didn't want to buy at 4K because they missed buying at 3K. When it's at 60K, it's like, who cares, right? Like it has a way of making, previous arguments seem completely pointless in the future. And yeah, just to recognize that is sort of something that we see play out over and over and over again. Now, I like this chart. I follow something similar to this as well. I actually just put out a video on the supply in profit and loss. And it's actually a very cyclical indicator, the way that I look at it in terms of like, when they, when some of these long-term or like when some short-term moving averages of the supply and profit and loss cross. Could you walk us through this chart? Because it looks like you're showing it in a different way and maybe even a more aesthetically pleasing way.
Yeah, it's the same thing indeed. I watch your videos as well. I know you're looking at the same thing. I know Will, Clemente, and all the on-chain guys are looking at it as well, of course. But it's a bit of the same analysis as the last chart. But then we look at which coins are in profit and which coins are at a loss. So basically, everybody that bought last year in 2021, of course, is in loss, and everybody that bought before, let's say, the mid-2020 is in profit, roughly. But then you can, if you measure that in a percentage, then you see it, like you say, oscillating between roughly 50% and 100%, both in profit and in loss. Yeah, and that makes it and it's just another way of looking at this internal dynamic in an asset class. And it also shows that, like the other chart, that right now it feels like the world has come to an end and Bitcoin is dead. But in fact, we've had periods before, we've had bear markets before where there were even less percentage in profit, and it's temporary. So after the percentage in profit, there comes another bull market.
One of the things I always tell myself in the accumulation phase, like the year after the bear market, when people are just sort of slowly accumulating and waiting for the next bull, one of the things I always tell myself is I'm like, I can't say for sure if there'll be another bull market, but if there is, I will be a part of it.
That's it. That's the same thing, like saying, hey, I don't catch the exact bottom or top, but when it happens, I'm part of it. And it's just a scenario you're betting on. And what I like here about this dynamic is that red is always followed by blue, and then is red again, and then blue. There's never no blue. you have to have, and also no red, so that you almost know for sure there will be a next bull market. It might not be tomorrow, or next year, but then the year after or the year after that, there will be a next bull market. And if you have the time, if you're not leveraged, if you're not betting with too much money and just playing it with for fun and laughter, then all is good.
Yeah, if you're watching the charts every minute, then probably means you have too much money in it, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
So here's another chart. This is the Bitcoin realized return. So again, another aesthetically pleasing chart to look at. Could you walk us through exactly what this is? I think this is the last chart we have.
Yes, and this one shows not the coins that still exist at the moment. So the realized price, that's all the coins that currently exist against their buying price, the average buying price. This is the realized return. So this is what people lost or made as a profit in this particular month. And some months all the selling is done at a profit. Those are, of course, in the bull markets, when people sell, they sell for a profit. And in a bear market, people sell at a loss. And that's a big difference, of course. If the selling and buying, if the transactions are done at a loss on average or at a profit. And it's very interesting pattern. It's basically the same pattern as the other charts, where you see that there is a minus 30% loss last month on average, right, of all the coins out there. This is on-chain coins, right? This is not the paper Bitcoin on the exchanges and the traders. It's holders, and there's a lot of caveats as well, because if people reorganize their wallet, they just send their own Bitcoins to another address, that's also their address, then this on-chain analysis, of course, counts it as a sell, as a transaction. But disregarding that, it shows very, very clearly that in all the bear markets, people have been selling at a loss, the blue, and in the bull markets, of course, they've been selling at a profit. And I guess it's waiting for the green to return. That people start selling at a small profit again, 10, 20%. Green, yellow, and that's why last month, not the last blue bullet, but the green one before that was very hope-giving. But that turned out a wrong signal thanks to FTX. But I think the pressure and the dynamics in the market are such that a lot of people, and we know that, right? We have talked about it. We know that a lot of people that bought at the high levels of 50 and 60,000 and over, they're out. They sold at a loss. That makes those blue dots, and that pressure gone. So all the buyers that bought at those levels, they will start selling at a profit once the price goes up just a little bit. If we go to 20,000, and all the people that bought at 16,000 are, of course, at a 25% profit. It's again this waiting game, but I'm quite sure if I can make a prediction that we'll see green and yellow dots again. And even red.
It's almost like human emotion never changes, right? It's just like a cyclical thing, and we go round and round.
That's exactly what I'm saying to people that say, "Well, we're in very different. This time it's different because the macro is very different. We have a war and we have quantitative tapering instead of easing." Yes, all true, but human psychology doesn't change. It's greed and fear, and that's displayed in those charts.
Click here to watch Edward Snowden utterly discredit Bitcoin and Ethereum security network and listen to him reveal the only crypto he trusts enough to use himself. This video will change the way you thought you knew crypto.